Riding in traffic is one of the most stressful things for a new rider. It feels like every car is out to cut you off. Every light is against you, and you're just trying to keep the bike upright while your brain is going 1,000 miles an hour. But here's the thing, most of the danger doesn't come from the cars, it comes from the mistakes you make when you're still figuring it all out. And traffic? That's where those mistakes show up the most. So today, we're breaking down the top 6 mistakes beginner riders make in traffic and how to fix them so you can ride smoother, safer, and with a whole lot more confidence. Mistake number 1, riding in blind spots. Every new rider thinks, if I'm not in front of a car, I'm safe. It feels logical, right? You tuck yourself off to the side, out of the flow, trying not to bother anyone. But here's the harsh reality. When you hide in a driver's blind spot, you might as well not exist at all. And that invisibility, that's one of the quickest ways to end up in trouble. Cars have terrible vision compared to motorcycles. Between thick A-pillars, mirrors that only show part of the picture, and drivers who are distracted half the time, their awareness is already weak. Add in the fact that your bike is slim and quiet, and you've just set yourself up to be forgotten. If they drift lanes, change lanes, or even just swerve to dodge a pothole, you're the one who pays the price. Now, here's the mindset shift. You don't want to stay out of the way. You want to stay in sight. Visibility is your superpower. Ride where drivers can check their mirror and go, oh yeah, there's a bike there. That means staying out of those dark zones directly beside cars. Instead, position yourself where you're lit up in their rear view or side mirror. Think of it like this. If you can't see a driver's face in their mirror, they can't see you either. And if they can't see you, you're gambling every time they twitch the steering wheel. Another pro move? Don't just sit in one spot. Traffic is fluid, so your positioning should be too. If you're stuck next to a car, ease ahead or drop back until you're clear of the blind spot. Keep scanning, keep adjusting. It's a constant dance to make sure you're visible to the people around you. And here's the kicker. Visibility isn't just about mirrors. Think about your gear, your lights, your lane position. Bright jackets, reflective strips, and running your high beams during the day all add layers of presence. You don't have to look like a traffic cone, but you do want to break out of the visual noise of cars and asphalt. The truth is, cars aren't out to get you. They just don't notice you. So don't disappear into their blind spots. Ride like you're claiming your space on the road, because you are. The moment you start thinking like that, traffic stops feeling like a battlefield and starts feeling like a chessboard where you're always one move ahead. Mistake number 2, not covering the brakes. Here's something most beginners don't realize until it's too late. In traffic, reaction time is everything. The car in front of you slams its brakes. The delivery van suddenly veers across 3 lanes. A pedestrian darts out mid-block. By the time you've thought, I should brake, the danger's already in your lap. This is where covering the brakes changes the whole game. Pro riders do it instinctively. They ride with 2 fingers resting on the front brake lever, sometimes with a toe hovering over the rear. That way, when something goes sideways, there's no wasted motion. No reach and grab, just instant braking. And those fractions of a second? They're the difference between stopping short and slamming into someone's bumper. Think about it. At 30 miles per hour, you're traveling about 44 feet per second. If it takes you even half a second to move your fingers from the grip to the brake, that's over 20 feet gone. 20 feet might not sound like much until it's the exact distance you needed to avoid hitting a car. The funny thing is, a lot of new riders resist covering their brakes because they think it looks nervous. Real riders relax their hands, right? Wrong. Real riders stay ready. Covering your brakes isn't nervousness, it's awareness. It says, I know traffic is unpredictable, and I'm ready when it happens. There's also a confidence boost that comes with it. Once you get used to covering the brakes, you start to feel sharper. Instead of hoping you can react in time, you know you can. That confidence alone smooths out your riding because you're no longer panicking about what-if scenarios. Practice it until it becomes second nature. When you're in traffic, cover those brakes. Not gripping, not dragging, just resting, ready to go. And trust me, once you ride this way, you'll never go back. Because one day, a car will do something dumb, and instead of gasping and fumbling for the levers, you'll just react. Smooth, controlled, pro level. Mistake number 3, fixating on the bumper in front of you. This one's sneaky because it feels like the safe thing to do. You're new, you're nervous, and your brain is screaming, don't hit the car in front of you. So your eyes lock on that bumper like it's your lifeline. But here's the trap. When your vision narrows down to the car directly ahead, you've cut off your ability to see the bigger picture. And that's when traffic blindsides you. Motorcycles go where your eyes go. If you're staring at the bumper 3 feet ahead, that's where your attention and your reaction stays stuck. You'll see the brake lights only when they're glowing red in your face. And by then, you're late. But if you lift your vision, scan further up the road, suddenly you're ahead of the chaos instead of buried in it. Think about how pros ride. Watch a racer, a seasoned commuter, or a highway tourer. Their eyes are always moving, scanning intersections, mirrors, brake lights 3 or 4 cars up. They're not reacting to what's happening right in front of them. They're predicting what's coming next. And here's the magic of it. When you look further ahead, the stuff right in front of you takes care of itself. You still notice the car's bumper, you still see the brake lights, but you're not surprised by them anymore. You're ready because you saw the wave of slowing traffic 5 cars up. The fix? Train yourself. On your next ride, remind yourself to look at least 3 to 4 cars ahead, even in stop-and-go traffic. Don't just stare at one spot. Keep your eyes moving. Left, right, up the road, mirrors, back to the front. It feels unnatural at first, like you're not watching closely enough, but soon it clicks. Your riding gets smoother. You stop feeling like traffic is attacking you, and you gain that crucial buffer of time to react. So here's the truth. Staring at bumpers is what rookies do. Scanning the road ahead is what pros do. When you make that switch, you don't just survive traffic, you start to master it. Mistake number 4, following too closely. Tailgating. One of the most dangerous habits new riders fall into in traffic is riding way too close to the car in front of them. It feels harmless at first. After all, you're just keeping with the flow, right? But here's the truth. Tailgating on a motorcycle is a ticking time bomb. You're cutting your reaction time down to nothing. And the moment that car does something unpredictable, you've got nowhere to go. Think about it. You're tucked right up behind a sedan, eyes glued to its bumper. Suddenly, the driver slams the brakes because someone jaywalks across the street. A car up ahead swerves last second to avoid a pothole. Or worse, the car in front stops short because they weren't paying attention. If you're hugging their bumper, you don't just risk hitting them, you risk launching yourself over their trunk. And let's be real, even a tiny fender bender in traffic can turn into a serious crash for a motorcyclist. The fix? It's simple but crucial. Space is your best friend. Pro riders know that a solid buffer zone in traffic is what buys you the reaction time you need. A good rule of thumb is the 2-second rule. Pick a fixed point ahead, like a sign or a tree, and when the car in front passes it, count 1 1,000, 2 1,000. If you reach that point before you finish, you're too close. And honestly, in stop-and-go traffic, sometimes 2 seconds isn't even enough. Give yourself even more when you can. Now, I know what you're thinking. But won't someone just cut in if I leave space? Yes, absolutely. Drivers love filling gaps. But here's the thing. You can always reestablish your buffer. It's better to adjust and keep a safe cushion than to ride glued to someone's bumper with 0 options. That space isn't just about braking. It's about visibility too. The closer you are, the less you can see ahead. Instead of anticipating what traffic is doing 3 cars up, you're locked into reacting to 1 car. And if that 1 car messes up, you're going down with them. Pro riders treat following distance like armor. It gives you options. It gives you time. It gives you control. And control is everything on a motorcycle. Tailgating might not look like a rookie mistake to the outside world, but the second things go sideways, it'll feel like the most rookie move you ever made. So next time you're in traffic and you catch yourself creeping closer and closer to that bumper, back it up, breathe, reset your buffer. Because the truth is, space isn't wasted, it's your survival zone. And smart riders never give that up. Mistake number 5, riding too passively. Now, this one might surprise you. A lot of beginners think the safest way to ride in traffic is to just be super cautious. Ride slower than everyone else. Hang back at merges. Let every single car go first. Basically, stay out of the way. And on paper, that sounds logical. If I ride carefully, nothing bad can happen. But here's the reality: being overly passive doesn't make you safe, it makes you unpredictable. And unpredictable is dangerous. Picture this: you're rolling on the highway, and traffic is flowing at 55. You're doing 40 in the right lane because you don't want to push it. To you, that feels safer. But to everyone else, you're the odd one out. Cars are stacking up behind you, swinging around you, cutting in and out to avoid you. Instead of blending in with traffic, you've become the hazard that everyone has to work around. And that's when bad things happen. Or take merging. You're coming onto a busy road, but instead of accelerating to slot in smoothly, you hesitate. You creep forward, second guess yourself, wait too long. Suddenly, the gap is gone. The car behind you is honking, and you're trying to force your way in last second. That hesitation doesn't just rattle your nerves, it rattles the drivers around you too. And when they don't know what you're doing, the risk of getting clipped goes way up. The fix here is learning to ride with confidence, not aggression, but confidence. Confidence means riding decisively, making your moves clean and predictable, and holding your line. It means matching the flow of traffic, not lagging behind it. It means when you decide to change lanes, you shoulder check, signal, and commit, not float halfway and then bail. Now, I'm not saying go out there and ride like you're in a Fast and Furious movie. Confidence isn't about being reckless, it's about being smooth, clear, and deliberate. Drivers don't respect hesitation, they respect predictability. They want to know what you're doing so they can react accordingly. One trick I always tell new riders is this: when in doubt, own your space. You're not in the way. You're a vehicle, just like every car around you. Take your lane, flow with traffic, move with purpose. Because the second you ride timid, drivers smell it. And when they think you don't know what you're doing, they start treating you like you don't matter. That's when they cut you off. That's when they squeeze you. That's when things get sketchy. So here's the bottom line: cautious is good, but passive is not. Don't let fear put you in a position where you're more vulnerable than you need to be. Ride smart, ride decisive, and ride like you belong, because you do. Mistake number 6, not planning an escape route. If there's one habit that separates seasoned riders from beginners, it's this: pros always have an escape route. Beginners? They often ride like traffic is predictable. They expect every car to stay in its lane, every driver to signal, every stop to be normal. But you and I both know that's not reality. Here's the mindset shift: you don't just ride in traffic, you ride with an out. Always. At any given moment, you should know exactly where you'd go if the lane closed up, if a car swerved, if someone hit the brakes hard. Left shoulder right gap, brake to a stop, swerve around. Your brain should already have the move loaded before you ever need it. Think of it like chess. Beginners react to the piece that just moved. Experts are already thinking 3 moves ahead. Traffic works the same way. If you're only reacting to what just happened, you're always behind. If you're planning your escape route, you're already ahead. Here's a simple example. You're sitting at a red light, car in front, car behind. A beginner sits dead center, neutral, hands off. A pro angles their bike slightly to the left or right with a gap open. Why? Because if that car coming up behind doesn't stop in time, the pro has a path to shoot out of the way. The beginner? They're boxed in. And it's not just at stops. On the move, escape routes matter just as much. Riding beside a semi? Your escape isn't going under their bumper, it's slowing down or speeding up to clear their blind spot. Stuck in tight traffic? Your escape might be a shoulder, a space between cars, or even just keeping extra following distance so you've got options. The habit takes practice. At first, your brain will feel overloaded trying to calculate outs all the time. But with repetition, it becomes second nature. Soon, you're not even thinking about it. You're just riding with built in awareness. And that habit, it's the difference between freezing in a close call and gliding right through it like a pro. Bottom line, traffic is unpredictable. People will cut you off, lanes will close, drivers will do stupid stuff. But if you always ride with an escape plan, none of it has to catch you off guard. You'll already know your move, and you'll be ready to make it. So traffic is overwhelming at first, but once you start avoiding these rookie mistakes, it transforms. Instead of feeling like chaos, it starts to feel like a puzzle you're always one step ahead of. And that's when riding in traffic stops being scary and starts feeling controlled. So if you're new and traffic still makes your heart race, don't beat yourself up. Every single rider has been there. Just remember these 6 mistakes, practice the fixes, and you'll ride through traffic with confidence instead of panic. The truth is, traffic doesn't get less crazy. You just get sharper, smoother, and smarter. And once you do, you'll be riding like a pro, even in the thick of it.